Nathan Cleary, the Iceman, he did it again.
Should we be surprised? Game on the line. Who steps up? Clear head, organises it, executes it. Like, really? Is he on this universe or is he from somewhere else? Just a cyborg. Just gets it done. I don't know how many times with the game on the line, especially with these 2-point field goals. He's done that a couple of times. Did one last year early.
The one against Parramatta where he kicked for touch, deliberately to put it 40 metres out and nailed the field goal to take into extra time.
Absolute superstar.
So
just gets it done with the game on the line. Give the ball to Nathan.
In the end, they got home with that Blaze Talangi try. So it was 30-26, the final score against the Titans. So you're now starting to think maybe they can get into the top 4 and maybe can they do the unthinkable?
Well,
can they go 5 in a row?
I've been saying that they can't win it purely because I didn't think they'd be in the top 4. But they finish 4th or get the top 4. It doesn't matter where they finish. They can definitely win it. Amazing. Incredible.
I know we spoke about, and that was an incredible field goal, but how about Mitch Kenny? He looked up, he was looking for Cleary, and the pass that he came up with to actually hit Cleary on the chest outside that 40 metres was absolutely fantastic. And just to see them also, like Nathan was talking about this after the game where he said he hit the hard one and missed a couple of the easy ones, so he wants to work on that. But just that foresight to think, we're going to run it on the last here. I'm not going to go for the field goal again. Let's run it. Blaze Talangi was somebody who really stood up for the Panthers alongside Cleary yesterday.
Well, all their tries come down the left-hand side. If you look at the nature of that left-hand side and how it's developed over the year, Jenkins, who was playing for St Mary's, Casey McLean, who actually got dropped earlier, and then, of course, Blaze Talangi, who started the season in reserve grade and ended up coming in, just fought his way in. They spoke about how, getting part of their systems and understanding their game. Well, he scored 2 tries yesterday, the match winner. That side has got so much attack in it, so much brilliance. Just, obviously there's mostly some downsides, which it's hard to spot at the moment while they're winning, but I've got to say, they are incredibly talented down that side and great to watch.
Aside from the Nathan field goal, another one of the big talking points has been a controversial one. So Jaden Campbell was lining up his conversion and the Panthers trainer has run right in front of him. So Ivan Cleary addressed it in the media conference and said, look, it was an honest mistake. He had called a late change and then said, are you laughing thinking it's not an honest mistake, Joey? Thoughts?
That's honest. His last name's Bocking, not Blocking.
Like, who cares, really? He knew what he was doing. Come on. Bit of gamesmanship.
So you don't have an issue with
No,
it?
he didn't know what he was
couldn't
doing.
care less.
Okay.
Couldn't care less.
He didn't know what he was doing. He honestly,
reckon?
it was an honest mistake. When he got to where he was and realised it was in front, you could just see his reaction. He just sort of ducked. He didn't know what to do. He was embarrassed. So
It was silly, but I didn't feel like it was deliberate. But it
No.
was silly.
But
and
he'll get
we
in
can all
trouble.
agree it was silly.
And so
he
he
will
should.
get sanctioned for it.
Yeah.
He'll be breached for it. But, I can't imagine anybody
Well, you look
going in
at
there
Jaden.
deliberately doing that stuff.
you look at Jaden's response. That's the best response to look for on how much trouble he should get into. He was upset.
He was upset.
Yeah.
So should they have given?
Two
Should they
kicks.
should they have given him the goal?
It's
Or
interesting.
giving him a shot from in front.
Yeah.
It's interesting what the law could say, because you can actually say maybe because of the misdemeanor, you actually get the goal in front.
Well, that's what I think it should be, definitely. Like, personally, I think that would be a really good thing. You go, okay, you've done that. Now we're going to give you a goal from in front.
Yeah.
We'll give you you don't have to do it from the sideline. And then,
It's a shame they didn't do it, because like now, every single trainer, that one, I can't imagine that ever happening again. I've seen trainers walk close to kickers as they're coming around the side, but I can't imagine that ever happening again. But I think the responsible thing would have been is, you saw it at Jaden Campbell, the reaction he had, move the kick in front.
Yeah, I would have.
And that would have taken him 4 clear.
Didn't Alan Langer in the grand final when J2 was lining that kick up? Alan Langer went behind him and
He will
said
do that,
something.
Alfie.
Said, "I'll give you this if you miss it," or something.
As
But it's
cheeky
all a
as they
joke.
come.
It's all a joke. It was a joke.
The thing was with that kick, if he kicks that goal, they go 4 clear.
Yeah. So no 2-point
So
field.
no
Yeah.
2-point field goal.
Yep.
It was crucial.
Big play.
Anyway, the Raiders, that was a big loss against the Dragons, a shock one as well. Now, you already mentioned the kicking of Kyle Flanagan, but 62% completion rate for the Raiders, and when they had that advantage with the wind in the second half, they just couldn't capitalise, Freddie.
And they had a really good first half, the Raiders. Timoko scored both tries. He's such a strong player. The tries were identical. The problem was for both teams, all the tries were on the same side, so their best attacking weapon was also their most fragile as well. But in the second half, when they had all the wind, they just kept dropping the ball. And the times they did get into good field position, the Dragons' defence was fantastic. I think it's, a real show of the game at the moment. The teams that are out of contention are playing so strong. Parramatta, the Titans, the Dragons. And, the Cowboys played today against Cronulla, who most likely don't have a chance to play in the semis, but that's been the real strength of the game at the moment.
And I thought the Dragons actually played really well
Yeah.
for the conditions. They played to the conditions. And even though Wynn Stadium hasn't been a fortress for them of late, I thought they really turned up and they were the ones that handled the conditions a lot better. I mean, we spoke about Jamal Fogarty has one of the best kicking games in the game, and he just didn't handle the conditions the way that Cole Flanagan did. So I thought that was really fantastic. And just the fact that they completed over 80% in those conditions is absolutely amazing. So, I know that Flanagan was talking about it and ruining some of those close losses earlier in the season, and sometimes you can drive yourself crazy doing that, but he's starting to get the best out of them now and they can build on that.
What did we make of that Storm win? Cameron Munster said after the game, I don't know if Bellamy will be happy. They kept cutting to him in the box, but sometimes you've got to say 2 points is 2 points.
2 points is 2 points. Up against Parramatta, who are going to be a bogey team for a lot of teams coming into the finals. They've really found not only but some spirit, but I think their tactics are coming out now and they're becoming real dangerous. Obviously, Mitchell Moses is back. 2 of their tries were scored in this fashion. The Xavier Coates ended up winning the game for him. And the hooker, Harry Green. Wow. Like last week, he dead set went to another level against the Roosters, and then in this game, he did the same. He just come up with a player that ended up Big Stefano, or they had a front row. Tui scored a try. But everything he's doing at the moment is just brilliant.
I've got to say, I think I have to applaud the Eels goal line defence in that first half. They defended for 28 tackles in a row before the Melbourne Storm came up with that kick for Eli Katoa to score. So I thought they were really fantastic. But I think one thing, and I was trying to figure out what was going on, and having a chat with a couple of people in the know, the Storm are in that block now that they do leading into the finals every year where they put extra work into them with a few weeks before finals so that they can sort of load them up now with work. And then I sort of think, they looked a little bit flatter than what we're used to seeing, and it makes a lot of sense if they've got a little extra workload going into them, but they will be firing come finals time because obviously it's a tried and true formula.
Yeah, they've got a tough draw as well, but it was good to see Ryan Pappenhausen back. I know he got hooked from the goal kicking, but still, he's had a tough run with injury and had missed the last match.
Yeah, it was good to see him back. He just had so much with his support play, bringing the ball back, but honestly, never to kick a goal again. It was it 1 from 4?
Yeah.
But, he was strong.
He missed one in front.
Yeah.
It was just nearly in front.
I had a chat with Nick Meaney straight after the game, and when I said to him, how'd you feel lining up for that next kick? And he said, I didn't know what was going to happen to me if I missed it. He's like, I was just really concerned.
It's like that saying, following Bradman into bat. Coming in front. It's like
after that,
following Glenn McGrath into bat.
So there was no pressure anyway.
No pressure at all. Pappenhausen, never again.
Yeah. License
Never
done.
again.
Done.
That's a bit harsh.
License
done.
Revoked.
What about Tyron Wishart? So there was a lot of talk about with Jerome Hughes dislocating his shoulder. Would it be Wishart or would it be Jonah Pezzett in the end? Jonah Pezzett only came on in the last, 10 minutes or so. Obviously, massive shoes to fill, but what did you make of that
There was
first outing?
the last try to Xavier Coates. He goes on the field, Jonah Pezzett. Cameron Munster was in first receiver. He pushed him out. He organised the forward to get on the outside, and he went to the line and played out the back to Munster. And what this did, this brought the defence up, which then isolated Zach Lomax. So it just showed me he's a genuine halfback, Jonah Pezzett. He organised the play and he released Munster. So moving forward, I think towards the end of the year, he'll be the halfback.
Yeah. I think he'll just play more and more minutes as the weeks go. Like you said, they've got a tough draw. They've got Brisbane twice, Penrith, Canterbury. I forget the other team, but it's a tough draw. So in amongst that, like Joey said, he's going to need a halfback. Tyron Wishart's obviously a great defender and great worker, but at some stage they're actually going to need the delicacy of a halfback in there.
What about for the Bronx? They put 60 points on the Rabbitohs, Roo, but in saying that, the Rabbitohs are missing, you got to say, close to almost 70% of their salary cap right now.
Well, the Rabbitohs only had 18 players they could actually put down. Well, not even 18. I think they only had the 17 or whoever. So they really struggled, and then obviously copped a few more injuries during this game, and they actually held the Broncos out for the first 20 minutes. They kept them to a pretty respectable scoreline, and then obviously just the fatigue set in, and the Broncos just rose to the occasion. But it was good to see Cobbo back out there doing a little bit of running and moving around. But they're also in for a big test. They've got Melbourne Storm a couple of times in the next couple of weeks, and that is probably going to be the biggest test for them. It was good for them to get points on the board here, but Madge Maguire is going to want more out of his Chargers.
Are you concerned? So they had won 5 in a row, then they had the loss to the Eels, won this, but the majority of those were against teams outside the 8.
Yeah, they need to aim up against the top teams. Look, the form line around Parramatta, they've pushed the top teams. So we're saying it was a huge upset. Actually, they've been playing really well and they were unbelievable. I think that game they'll be disappointed with getting beat by Parramatta.
No Pete Kira, no Payne Haas.
Kira got another head knock,
Yeah.
which is a real worry. Because he's had about 3 this year. It's a real worry for him.
I think the thing with South too, like they might be missing players, but no one remembers that.
Yeah.
Like, there's still a fight down the bottom and no one wants to come last.
Yeah.
So no one sort of goes, oh yeah, they got wooden spoon because they had plenty of players out. They need to fight.
How good's this going to be? Are you tipping
Well,
live and free on Thursday?
Let's wait until the teams come out, eh? It's a bit early, Em.
Oh, well, come on.
I'll go the Broncos.
The viewers want to tip
Come on,
from
Freddie.
you.
Mate, I want to see who's playing.
Oh,
Who are you tipping, Roo?
Well, I'm going to go to Storm then. If
All right.
Joey's going Bronx, I'll go one
Broncos.
each, and then you can
You jumping in
jump
early?
in
eh?
whenever.
All right. I'm holding off.
Yeah.
I just think Harry Grant through the middle, that's a big threat for them. I think he's fantastic. So, but they're going to be up against it, without doubt. But going with the Stormies.
How do we get fun? How do we get Herbie right?
Well, I don't know.
why
It's
don't
4
you get
to
up
6
there and
weeks.
give it a massage, Freddie?
He'd enjoy that from you.
How good a player is he?
Oh, he's so
He played for
athletic.
18 minutes, 3 line breaks,
Yeah.
scored a try.
But it's the runs
He's
coming
freakish
out of
good,
trouble.
Yeah. But he busts them coming out of trouble.
So
Warriors gone.
Gone without. I
Yeah.
mean, it was always going to be tough
Well,
with Luke Metcalf
the
gone,
last-
Mitch Barnett as well.
The last 3 weeks, they got beat over there by the Titans. Lucky to beat the Knights here on the bell, and then the Dolphins rolled. The Dolphins had a heap out and lost Herbie during the game. So I don't think they'll stay in the top 4, and unfortunately, I don't think it's their year.
what about him?
What a
There's your
player.
Isn't
rookie
he
of the
great?
year, Halasima. Leka Halasima. What a player.
Are you prepared to say, without Herbie, that the Dolphins don't make the 8?
No, I think they'll still
think
make
they-
the 8.
okay.
Yeah, and their for and against is far superior. So really, even though they're on the same points as some teams, really they're 2 points ahead.
It's gotten tougher too, though, because they've lost Felice Kafusi now for 2 weeks.
So, yeah.
So that's going to hurt because him coming. Oh,
It's
just
tough to
watching
watch.
that
That's a
again.
moment.
It
Right there,
really
I
is.
cried.
He's just such an incredible player, and he provides so much for the Dolphins. But missing both he and now Kafusi as well, it makes the job a little bit tougher. But they've got a lot of players that step up into the void. But that's class that you've lost. Like, he is absolutely incredible. So yeah, it's a tough one.
Have
I
we
feel for
heard-
Christian Wolf.
There's
Have we heard the
still-
extent?
No, well, originally Christian Wolf said at least 4 to 6 weeks, but there hasn't been a further update after the
Right.
scans. So it's sad.
That is
you wanna
sad.
Give us a cry on camera. Anyway, they're in a real battle. You were happy that your Roosters won, I'm sure.
Oh, they're fantastic.
That'll
Sam
get you up.
Walker. Wow. What about his kicking game? It's so cute. Have a look how delicate he can be. Just kicks it above their ankles, just so there's a little bit of room there. James Tedesco, brilliant. Once again, just watch his instinct. Backs his instinct all the time. Bang, turns, kick.
I love it.
That's so good.
I was texting his dad. After the
that.
first one, I said, oh, how good is it? The next one. So he's kidding himself, isn't he?
He did 3 of
He's
them.
just too good. He just plays like he's playing in the 90s.
Yeah.
He's like, Alfie Langer and those players. He sees something and backs himself. It's not always going to come off. There's going to be errors, but that's him.
I like listening to Trent Robinson talk about him as well, because he said that he's impatient, as all young men are. He's impatient to be better. He's impatient to do more. He's impatient to improve his game. And considering he's only been back for a few weeks since ACL and then that hand injury, he's just finding his feet really, really quickly. And it's great signs for such a young player to be able to confident to take those risks and just to actually play what he sees.
So they're a chance. So they've got the Dolphins they got the Dolphins next week. So at the moment, they're 2 points
huge.
behind Cronulla and the Dolphins. So if they get the Dolphins, and all of a sudden they're equal with them, and then they become a chance actually making the semis. So they've got a few tricky games along the way, but they've given themselves a chance.
Will they beat the Dolphins? Are you going to sit on the fence with that one as well?
They've got to wait to see who's playing.
When do they play the Dolphins this week?
Yeah,
Roosters will win.
I'm going Roosters as well.
This one.
let's just wait and see with
Keep
the
it-
lineup.
Okay, let's just wait and see.
4
And
o'clock.
I back the
everyone,
Roosters. I back the Roosters. Who'd you back? Manly.
Yeah.
Roosters.